My quick crypto family and my coin factory family. We're back with another daily Kaspa and crypto live stream, and we have some very interesting information for today's stream. A lot of quite bullish news, but equally some bad news, but also some confusing news, if you ask me, as well, regarding the European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde standing strong on her conviction that they will not be adding a Bitcoin reserve, and saying colleagues that she or her colleagues will follow in suit, yet seemingly she's mistaken already. There's a lot to talk about, of course, with Kaspa. The rumours with Binance are accelerating again. I think everyone right now is giving into the FOMO a little bit due to, in particular, wallet number 5 for Kaspa has been rapidly accumulating more and more over every single day now. If I have a look at it really quickly, I'll circle back this a little bit later on as well, of course, but we can see the wallets starting to jump up a little bit more, which is good. We can see, look, wallet of 5 number, once again, wallet 5 has now added almost 9 million more Kaspa, almost $1.2 million worth in the past 24 hours. So we've been seeing a lot of accumulation with this wallet in Kaspa over the past few days, some even tests as well. So right now the FOMO is growing more and more, of course. We've got about another 12 or so, 13 working days. Right now we are approaching the weekend, so that won't coincide with the timeline, but we aren't far off until the distribution period has to be over with, and that's when we believe that Binance will list Kaspa, but of course have to wait and see. Right now Kaspa is doing very well, currently up 8.69% on the daily time frame, back to 13.35 cents. It is currently struggling to surpass this level of resistance here between 13 to 13.3 cents. If we break above that, the next will be 14. Got a lot more to cover, of course. So without further ado, welcome back everybody here. Devious Me, welcome. Interesting title. Who's the hater? The hater is none other than Fred Krueger, which I saw someone in the chat mention that as well. If I type it in here, I definitely made a video or two in my past on Fred Krueger, talk about don't be like him. He was he still is a very big Kaspa hater. He is one of the, tyrannical Bitcoin maxis, and he refuses to look more into Kaspa. His research, where he conducted his sentiment behind not liking Kaspa, was based on misinformation or outdated information, and he refused to educate himself, and he's fallen short on it. But although now he seemed to have changed his stance a little bit now, maybe he's joking about it, but either way, if he's switching up, it's only a matter of time till everybody else switches up as well. Kaspa is extremely undervalued right now, and again, my personal belief, not financial advice, it's at a very good price right now. With what's about to come with Binance again seemingly looming, we could see a surge, a breakout very soon again, because historically speaking, February has been a very good month, and the FOMC meeting yesterday did, in my belief, tee up February to continue in that fashion. So of course there's a lot to talk about. What about yesterday? Was the bad news covered in the rewards? Yes, Devious Me, that is part of the bad news. Also a little bit regarding the European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde confirming here, or saying she's confident that there will not be a Bitcoin reserve. That's a bit of bad news, but I'm also not too worried about it, truth be told. But the bad news is about the awards. We'll get into that, of course, in a moment. Nick G, welcome back to the stream, my man. Kaspa up 10% and hopefully keeps climbing. Something's happening. I mean, something definitely seems to be happening right now. Definitely seems to be rallying right now. Sui is also rallying up almost 12% on the daily time frame. Everything seems to be doing very well, following Bitcoin now making a break again towards all-time highs. My belief, if we can hold in and around this region of 105k for the next couple of days or so, that could then be enough of a placeholder, if you will, to see us start to push up towards another all-time high and surpass that, hopefully going into February again. Remember, February is a very bullish month historically. I think out of the 15 or so Februaries we've had in bull cycles, only been 2 of them. 2 Februaries have not been bullish. Otherwise, every single February has been bullish for crypto and altcoins. So I'm optimistic, definitely. Yeah, Krueger is definitely the man in question. You're completely right, Kryptonium. What's up, DD? Welcome back to the stream, my man. Hope you're doing very well. War Britannia, to you too, man. Welcome back to the stream. If USA accepts Bitcoin everywhere, I think Europe will follow it soon. I mean, it's a logical assumption, but they're going to try and fight it. And the reasoning for it, while probably in their heads makes sense, for me, it doesn't. Because I'm going to play the video later on so we can hear about it, but to my understanding, what Christina Lagarde was basically just saying is, it makes no sense for us to have a Bitcoin reserve when we deem and have quote-unquote suggested and proven that Bitcoin's used for, illicit activities, illegal activities, so to speak, money laundering, stuff like that. But the reason why, to me, that doesn't make any sense is because there are multiple, and I'm talking, it's not even close, like night and day, there are so many more cases of money laundering and illicit activities with fiat currency than it is to Bitcoin. But of course, they have their own agendas right now. That's probably why they're pushing that right now. Stoch RSI and MACD are good daily, even weekly for Bitcoin and Kaspa. Up. I mean, right now, indicators right now seem to be in a bullish fashion as well. What's up, Valk? I apologize, I probably butchered that name, but what's up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. So without further ado, let's get into the first brunt of this information. So the first part we want to talk about is, of course, regarding just Kaspa as a whole right now. Tommy Does Crypto made a post here talking about Kaspa still retaining his position as the most bullish cryptocurrency according to CoinMarketCap's community sentiment. And again, why is that important? Because CoinMarketCap is owned and run by Binance Exchange. So if Binance Exchange runs CoinMarketCap and they're the ones saying that Kaspa is the most bullish, of course it's community sentiment, but either way, that's the website that Binance owns, has rights to. So that's a big deal, also potentially leading towards that belief that we can see Kaspa Binance very, very soon. Again, look, Binance owns CoinMarketCap. I'm sure they are noticing things like this. So again, once more, the belief right now is growing more and more that spot listing is definitely imminent. And I'm optimistic about that as well. Of course, trying to remain logical here, not getting too emotional about the fact it will happen when it happens. But for me, the leaks and alpha news and signs between Binance and their seemingly bullish sentiment on Kaspa is growing more and more. So I'm optimistic about it and hopeful, to say the least. And that definitely coincides and builds more so regarding Wallet 5 as well. From what I can tell, Kaspa Wallet 5 is accepting coins from Gate, KuCoin and Bybit. So it is likely not an existing exchange shifting Kaspa holdings to a new wallet. It is more than likely another new exchange siphoning Kaspa supplies from existing Kaspa exchanges. And Kaspa replied here saying initially they were withdrawing from KuCoin and they shifted towards Gate and Bybit. Today is the day when a new withdrawal to this address should happen in 7 hours or from now. This post was made about 14 hours ago from the time of the stream right now, 14 hours ago, and we can see again this wallet has stacked more Kaspa. Another $9 million, another 9 million Kaspa worth, which again is significant. If we copy the address right now and have a look at the address on Kaspalytic website, we can see how much accumulation they've done on Kaspa. And what's important to note, that is not the right address, is it? Am I on the wrong part? Address history. There you go. I knew. Okay, so yeah, if we see from the address here, we can see this address has been buying Kaspa since 10th of March 2024, and it's been accumulating continuously the whole time. Had a dry spell in the last 2 weeks of the new year of 2024, and then started buying again in the new year, and we can see how much they are ramping up. And you compare the gradient of buying from here to here, it is steeper here and also more reoccurring. But again, it's convenient considering that Binance have just finished their mining pool with Kaspa and now distributing the reward out to the winners, and they're buying sizable bulks. Again, if you just look here and click on their wallet address here, we can see continuously buying more and more. It's like every day or two they're buying more Kaspa. So again, for me, and we saw again not that long ago, literally yesterday, I think I covered it on my stream yesterday, they were testing Kaspa. They sent about 23 Kaspa to this address. So we don't know it's Binance. Of course we don't know, but the signs just, everyone's believing right now, they're pointing towards it being Kaspa and Binance listing. And we're seeing right now, as a result, community sentiment is seemingly rallying again, up to 585,000 addresses almost. We're seeing more influxes. The Aquaman of Gate is coming back and forth right now. It's just balancing in and around the 100 billion Kaspa zone. Ultimately right now, I think there seems to be a lot of sentiment behind Kaspa. And then that's why, again, Kaspa's still very bullish, and Binance will be taking note of that. Binance will definitely be taking note of that. Of course, right now, if you look at the supply for Kaspa is still not as high as we'd want it to be. 73, 74 million 24-hour trading volume is not the best. It is up, of course, but it's still not the best. But what's to note again is Bybit has been staying continuously quite high, and equally is KuCoin as well. That's based on this new wallet, Wallet 5, that's been scooping up from these two exchanges in particular. Gate's still dominating it, then MEXC, then LBank. Of course, the higher it is, the better it is, and a higher chance we'll see that as an event catalyst for Binance to jump on board and list Kaspa. We can see from this breakdown here from Kaspa's report here, over the past month, Wallet 5 accumulated half as much Kaspa as the entire network mined into existence. That's significant. Over the past 30 days, the wallet ending here, the Wallet 5, which is probably owned by Binance, again it's speculative, accumulated an amount of Kaspa equivalent to approximately 54% of the entire new supply mined by the network over the same period. So they're actually buying up significant amounts of Kaspa. Of course, there's more being mined that is being bought, but they're buying up over half the new mine supply. This underscores the magnitude of supply shock. So again, this is playing in towards the strong belief there's going to be a supply shock very, very soon. Right now, we see the hash rate is staying continuously quite high again, which is good to see, and at around 1.5. Right now, it's 1.47, but an all-time high recently of 1.58 EH, which is extremely bullish again. And this is a sign that the miners are back involved. That means the adoption is going to be higher right now, and also means it's harder for people to actually take advantage of Kaspa as well. Because again, this is the higher the hash rate, it means it's more secure as well. So that's a very crucial element for a proof of work project. We can see it's high, and not just again, we're also encroaching onto another mining reduction, and almost 90% of Kaspa has been mined. We're going to enter supply shock very, very soon. And the fact that Binance have been buying a lot in the past 30 days alone, they've bought almost 54% of the entire supply, is a sign supply shock is going to be coming through very, very soon. And why is that a big deal? Very plainly put, the understanding of investments in markets and why prices of projects will go up, especially proof of works, even in general, it's supply over demand. When you see these candles, red means bad going down, green means good going up. That's typically the very, ground level mindset. Of course, it's a bit more in depth if you want to really, really go into it, but the ground level mindset is green means it's good, it's going up, red means bad going down. But what it basically means, this means that supply is bigger than demand. When it's going up, it means that demand is bigger than the supply on that daily time frame. So right now, we can see today that the demand for Kaspa is bigger than supply. And what we're seeing right now is, again, this wallet number 5 being buying up more and more and more. And again, coinciding with the belief that as the amount of Kaspa that's available is deteriorating or is shrinking more and more, as more of it's being mined, eventually, soon enough, there's going to be a supply shock. And that will therefore highly likely lead to a significant breakout in the price of Kaspa. Because, of course, the miners, again, are going to be struggling to make profit with Kaspa because they're not making much from the rewards on the blocks. So they're going to have to jump in price and start making profit again. That's what the power law effectively talks about. That's why the power law is not the holy grail, but an important indicator for Kaspa, because it showcases the mining side of things. It's the emission schedule. The power law takes into account the emission schedule. But yes, this is a very big deal. So it also magnitude of supply shock that institutional adoption of Kaspa will have. So this is also why it's important as well. Right now, Kaspa has lackluster institutional adoption. It's coming through. You've got ETPs for Valor, but it's lackluster still. But when it comes through, speculatively Binance, Wallet 5 alone in the past month has taken up over half the new supply. So institutions come involved, and there's going to be even less Kaspa available, new Kaspa coming out. There will be a supply shock. If Binance or Wallet 5 can do this by itself, think about what will happen if you've got ETFs coming through. If you've got more Wall Street companies coming through. If you've got, Marathon doing more. Like all these sort of, institutional adoption elements that are coming through to the cycle very, very soon. KRI launching their projects on Kaspa, bringing in their institutional clients. Shell, DHL, Hyundai. If Wallet 5 alone can do over half the new supply, all the extra elements will bring so much more demand to Kaspa. There's not going to be enough new supply coming out. There'll be a supply shock and cause the price to rise very, very high. Kaspa's emission declines so rapidly that large institutional players will be forced to accumulate large swaths of the remaining new supply in order to make a market. Unlike in the TradeFi space where large institutional players can hide their large purchases and sales in dark pools and unfairly front run and extract value from other market participants, they cannot do so on Kaspa due to the transparent nature of the distributed ledger. This is the one main reason why Kaspa is superior: fair launch, proof of work, open source, completely transparent. not a crypto company where they can have stuff under the books, and they tend to normally do, completely open to everybody. It makes ledger manipulation so costly that all market participants are effectively forced to play by the same set of rules. This is also, if I'm perfectly honest, a reason that could play against Kaspa, at least in the immediate short term, while Kaspa's still small. Because right now, and the KRI have been massive advocates of this, especially recently, posting about how there's a massive inner circle right now of these policymakers and, so-called corrupt individuals that have their own interests and own agendas right now. And as a result, therefore, it's these ones that are, holding their pocket, if you will, in good favor right now. That are, right now, the space has still got a level of, it's not crypto. It's not. It's just, it's another centralized system that's currently being built. But Kaspa, with what it's building, will hopefully push that illicitness out of this space and bring it back to what crypto is meant to be, fundamentally open source, fair, for the people, not just for the people, for the banks as well, but for everybody. Unlike what these other projects are like now, which, even though I hold it like XRP, which is made purely for institutions. They stated so themselves, XRP was always intended for institutional use. Kaspa's meant for everything, including institutional use. And we'll see that come to fruition with what they're building as well in due time. And I think, again, supply shock would be a big factor playing into part of Kaspa's inevitable price rise very, very shortly. Germany sold all their Bitcoin before it broke out, didn't they? Yes, they did. They sold in and around, I think it was when Bitcoin came down to 60. It was in and around here. Germany started selling all their Bitcoin in and around here. And of course now it's basically 2x since then. So yeah, it sucks to suck, right? What's up, Chase? Welcome back to my man. Crypto is quietly buying back. I mean, I have not heard anything about that. Of course, I don't really pay too much attention to the individual. Nothing personally against him. I just not paying attention to Crypto John and his community. But it wouldn't surprise me. Kaspa is at a very, very low level right now. And the FOMO is building up more and more of Binance. Of course, if Binance do announce on their page new spot listing, Kaspa, I suspect we could see easily a 20% pump on the daily, if not even higher. In one day, if Binance announcing that, I think 20% is very, very easily achievable. And again, it could go higher as well. What I suspect will happen is, because of the nature of things, Binance will probably announce a listing, but do it like a day or two prior. They won't give a lot of forewarning. I could be wrong again, but think about Kraken, for example. Kraken did list, they did leak it, but even then, the leaking of Kraken announcing Kaspa was here. It was here on the 14th of November. The listing was the 19th, so it's a 5-day period. And I think Binance might even do it even shorter than that. We'll have to wait and see, of course, but I would not be surprised to just kind of be like, yep, listing coming through, and it just goes up. They've been holding Kaspa for a while, evidently. I think, again, for me, that's quite evident. So, and again, I think Wallet 5 could definitely be a hard place into it. Could have John and BitBoy probably never sold. Yeah, I think that's also a likely scenario. Again, no matter what happens in this space, do your own research, trade your own discretion. Don't follow nobody blindly, even myself. As much as I be honest with all of you guys, very transparent, as much as I try to be very transparent with all of you guys, always do your own research and fact check everything that's being stated. I do the due diligence of showing you information and sources to support my claims, as opposed to just talking and waffling on a blank screen, or with my face cam on, which I don't obviously put on. But always do your own research. The fact of the matter being is, if you were to sell at this levels while you're well entitled to do so, if you bought in and around the top, you would have been down, what, 45, 50%? Yeah, 45% from that point there. Of course, that's heartbreaking. It's frustrating. I don't disagree with that much. But at the same time, based on market sentiment, TA, for example, it does showcase a very, very, very strong level of support at 10 cents, this white box here. We've been around that, bottoming out of that since December 2023, over a year. And now recently, the next seemingly local bottoms at 11 cents. Again, depending on where Bitcoin goes, we could see it come down heavily, but I think Bitcoin is seemingly, and I pray, especially based on what Jerome Powell said, gearing up for another move upwards into February. So I think Kaspa's going to follow in suit. And again, if the market sentiment is bullish, that could be an indicator, an event catalyst for Binance as well. So if they sold, I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. But actually, in that regard, then we do have this post here. Fred Krueger posted not that long ago. I might have to buy some Kaspa just to stir something up here. Giovanni assures me it's a power law. The Oracle has spoken. Alpha replies up here. First, they will ignore you, then they will laugh at you, then they will fight you, then you will win. Of course, Mahatma Gandhi. And Captain Sats here says, I don't want him anywhere near Kaspa, but I can't stop him. Beauty of decentralization, we have to deal with these sorts. And I'm in complete agreement here with Captain Sats. I don't want Fred Krueger anywhere near Kaspa either. I would prefer Kaspa's for the people, but people who've actually looked into Kaspa and know what they're holding. But at the end of the day, Kaspa is also meant for everybody. There could be people who are holding Kaspa to make a quick gain and don't care about its actual intrinsic use case, which is to be a peer-to-peer electronic currency. I'm holding Kaspa for a gain, of course, but also in the idea it's meant to be this future form of money. And again, as I showcased, and you're more than welcome to go on my channel and type in these Fred. I mean, I'll quickly have a look on my Discord community, but I think so. I haven't got any information on Fred Krueger in my community because I set up my community after, like the last video I made was 5 months ago, which is in and around the time I set up my community. So it's not up there just yet. So it came out afterwards, but even then the biggest one I had was 9 months ago. But you're more than welcome to go into my channel and type in Fred Krueger on my search bar and look at these videos, and it showcases you pretty much all the FUD behind him, why he was FUDding Kaspa, his reasoning behind it, and basically just me debunking his claims. So you can go check him out if you want to. But Fred Krueger now seemingly, whether he's joking or not, seems to be now bullish on Kaspa. He's a Bitcoin maxi, and he's one of those people, again, when you try to call him out, he just blocked you. He didn't care. He didn't want to try and debate you. He also had beef with Shy, and of course Shy. Of course, I think Da Vinci Jeremy's one was actually, I thought Da Vinci Jeremy was a better one for Shy, because Shy actually came out and said, I will talk to you. And Da Vinci Jeremy said, okay, pay me, I think it was either 2 or 5k. He's like, Da Vinci Jeremy said, okay, Shy, if you give me 2 or 5k, you can come on my channel and talk to me. And Shy was like, why the hell am I paying you money to come on your channel? No, I can debate with you whenever you want, but I'm not paying you nothing. And Fred Krueger was just another one in line of the Bitcoin maxi who was trying to FUD Kaspa, and seemingly now he's saying he might buy Kaspa, just stir something up here. And again, if he does, fine. If he doesn't, don't. Either way, to me, doesn't bother me at all, truth be told. But he is a big Kaspa hater, has been for a while, at least on the surface, and now he seemingly says he's going to buy it from Kaspa. And I mean, can you blame him? The price of Kaspa where it's at right now, the market sentiment, the strong level of support, the charts look great. You know, I mean, it's frustrating seeing this last year. I don't disagree with you, but the chart looks great, looks very great. What's coming out very soon? Seemingly Binance, maybe OKX, 10 BPS, NFTs coming up this week as well. Stablecoins going to be coming out, I'm sure, very, very soon. Smart contracts. You're going to see zero knowledge Ethereum EVM-based rollups coming out before the smart contracts. At least seemingly, thanks to Ica Labs. So I mean, yeah, Ica Labs. So again, yeah. So there's a lot coming out for Kaspa, and equally there's a lot coming out for crypto, with acceleration of potentially Bitcoin national reserves, strategic reserve that could also accelerate that adoption as well. And again, as I showed you already, hash rate's doing very, very well, and that's because more and more miners and companies are coming online. This is Dynamite Blockchain, and Dynamite Blockchain, I'm not completely well versed in them, but I do know that they weren't. They were just a regular mining company, and they changed their whole business perspective, the whole business, protocol, if you will, to be a Kaspa mining limited company. They restructured their whole brand to be a Kaspa mining company, Dynamite Blockchain. It moves ahead with the investment of Kaspa Mining Limited, further building its mining operations for Kaspa. And this is just one of, I'm sure, many, many companies are going to come on board with Kaspa very, very soon to, start mining the deemed future of crypto. At least that's how we view it right now. I believe the total amount of Kaspa right now, again, we can see so far there's about 25.64 billion currently total supply. Max supply is about 28.7. I'm pretty sure that'll all be fully mined out by 2037, which is in about 12 years from now, give or take. But the reason why it doesn't bother me at all is because when it's fully mined out, you still have the KRC20 ecosystem and the Kaspa platform, where the miners can actually mine on those tokens, mine on those platforms, and that gives them more ways to make money on Kaspa, and that will equally keep the hash rate up higher as well. And if Kaspa's adoption soars high and high as well, you'll see more miners jump on board as well, increasing the adoption of Kaspa, the hash rate, but that also increases security. So it's a win-win all around. And again, with 10PS coming out very, very soon, have you seen with KDAO, which happened, the release of the KDAO token happened, I think it was around here on the 22nd of October, around this wick here, and equally the release of KRC20, the relaunch, which was around here, that caused a lot of, liquidity, capital to flow through on that day, and the miners who were mining on KRC20 those days, and the release of KDAO and relaunch KRC20 made a lot of money. They were very happy about it. Which information, again, I'm pretty sure to my community, and equally you can ask the miners who are about themselves. I'm pretty sure people in my community were about that point and did say, yeah, they loved that period of time. John needs some sleep, best of memory, hey. I mean, yeah, much as, again, community sentiment around him right now is definitely like shattered glass, and I'm not surprised by that, but I mean, end of the day, he's a content creator, he's an influencer, and he did what he thought was best. And did he make a mistake? That's up for debate. I would like to say it probably would have been unwise, but again, at the end of the day, if people decide to listen to him, that's unfortunately, I apologize on his behalf, but at the same time, it's just about, again, doing your own research. And while I'm very, very bullish on Kaspa, I equally have other holdings as well, which I disclose. Obviously, I'm mainly talking about Kaspa, but I do imagine in the future to come that these live streams, while still being very heavily around Kaspa, it will start incorporating other stuff. I might even make, at some point in the near future, the best altcoins right now type live stream, as opposed to just being, of course, Kaspa will be the main focus again, but we'll talk about other projects as well. AI projects that I think are decent, other ecosystems I think are decent, and why I'm holding them. Even some meme coins, because, while memes are very, very risky, and actually in my executive community right now, I have taken a little bit of a step back from the DGen meme training, these sort of picks here, purely because right now the market's not been the best for them. I did see some SUI ones, which I was looking at, and I faded, unfortunately, and I shouldn't have done so. But I mean, this community had been very profitable so far. I mean, we've seen some 6x's, some 5x's, our biggest game being a 24x. So it's been very good. So far, we're just focusing on, information-based things to build up for what's going to come very, very soon, which I think, again, we'll see a lot of opportunities coming through in February, and hopefully, therefore, more of these DGen picks will come through as well, ways to potentially make some quick gains amongst, again, information. We'll have our next weekly live stream happening in 2 days' time on Saturday. So again, if you want to know more about this, because we do provide a lot in there, again, the DJ thing's taking a bit of step back for the meantime, but it will be coming back again very shortly with what's the market sentiment again. If you want to find out a lot more, again, go and check it out. 7-day free trial period on right now, so you can join for free. If you like it, by all means come sign up. If you don't like it, again, you can cancel. There's no problem with that. We welcome you either way. Just about trying to provide more in the community. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot coming. And I think this weekly live is going to be equally very, very, very big, because it's talking about a lot more of the institutional documents that I've discovered, talking about the incoming, shift in the cycle, but also AI as well. So again, if you want to know more about that, by all means, go check it out. I heard someone saying the wallet was buying on weekdays only and at the same time of day. I didn't confirm this though. I did hear the same thing as well. I didn't confirm this either, but we can have a quick look at that actually here. So we go on the wallet here. We can see it bought in at around, so this is obviously UK time for me, 12:30. So in and around midday. This is I won't count the test one, so that's midday. The next big purchase was here, 1 p.m. And that's all. And it's 1 p.m. again. So yeah, it does seem to be in and around the same time, between midday and 2 p.m. This wallet seems to be scooping up Kaspa. That's on the 20th. 20th would have been 10 days ago, which would have made it a Monday. That was the 23rd, which makes it a Thursday. 27th, which makes it a Monday again. All the tests happened on the 28th. So actually right now it seems to be continuously every 3 days buying on Monday and Thursdays. It did some tests on the 28th and 29th being Tuesday and Wednesday, but otherwise it's buying its bulk Kaspa on every Monday and every Thursday so far. So again, that does seem to be, and it also again seems to be in around the same time between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. So midday to 2 p.m. That's my time, UTC, British Standard Time. Obviously make the conversion where you're at as well. But yeah, it does seem to be coerced. So that by that logic, therefore, we can expect maybe some more tests to come through, but we'll see this wallet likely scoop up some more Kaspa again on the 3rd of February. And then, of course, like the 6th of February and then 10th of February, I believe it's meant to be the deadline for the distributing period. If not, it's meant to be the 14th, which means then we could see some more scooping up and hopefully, therefore, if it is Binance, a listing coming through very, very soon. We'll have to wait and see. My strategy, I've got 10 KS5 miners, 2 KS5 Ls. What do you think? I think you're set, my man. You've got a hell of a lot of miners. So I think you're going to be stealing all the capital from everyone right now. I'd love to hear that. Thanks for all videos, by the way. Quick Crypto, never miss one. My first live. Oh, I appreciate it, my man. I'm glad you love watching the video content. Of course, they aren't as consistent, if I'm honest. I'm trying to get back into it again. I'm trying to do it like every 3 to 4 days right now. I'm not even ramping it up more so. I imagine my content's going to probably start covering other crypto news at some point soon, because as much as these streams are predominantly Kaspa, my channel predominantly Kaspa, this is still a crypto channel. And my community, again, my feeders community, again, is predominantly a Kaspa one, but we do talk about crypto in general, whether it be memes, KRC20, AI, whatever you name it, right? We talk about everything in there. Some of my mods, their biggest holders in Algorand, you know, and I don't hate it. In fact, I'm happy. I love it because he's made a significant gain since he's been holding it. So yeah, this channel right now predominantly is Kaspa, but I imagine I'll start throwing in other content very, very soon. But I do appreciate the support. You love the videos. Of course, their structured formats are a lot easier. And these streams, I mean, welcome to the stream, your first ever stream. Hopefully you enjoy, my man. Again, if anyone who wants to know more about crypto and Kaspa, contact the free Discord server, and it's just be even more locked in. Maximize the benefits from crypto in regards to alpha information that is disclosed only to you lot, to crypto gems. We'll be going to put some more crypto gems in over this weekend, to, you know, hopefully some buying trades, but I'll have to wait and see how market sentiment. And then also Saturday will be a weekly live, so 2 days time. If you want to all tune into that, then come join the Discord What page, the executive community. It's currently a 7-day free trial, and we do plan to at one point increase the value of this from $4.99 to something else higher. But if you join now, you'll be grandfathered in this price and never have to pay more in your life. So again, that's a benefit for you all. What's up, DD? I wanted to know your opinion on Quant, because when Jerome, I'm not sure who that is, talks about integrating crypto into the banking system, we think of XRP, but I think of Quant. Good question. I'm not. My knowledge of XRP is relatively extensive because I do hold it. Quant, I do know about it on a bit more in depth than I'd say a surface level, but even then it's not too much, truth be told. I can try and see if I can, but I mean, I don't know too much. I do personally think of XRP, if I'm honest as well. Sorry, I'm just quickly replying to someone who one of my colleagues, but yeah. So I mean, for me, I think Ripple has got more connections to the banking system, if I'm honest, and I think Ripple's focus, XRP's focus, is kind of like their model is, you know, fast and low cost cross-border payments for FIs. That's their brand. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make XRP and the XRP ledger a cross-border chain, so to speak, between banks and FIs, basically. To what I understand about Quant, which again is not as nearly as extensive, so hopefully this helps. Of course, do your own research though. I believe their goal is not so much to connect I think Ripple's is to try and connect between banks and FIs, but Quant to try and connect between blockchains, if that makes sense. So I think the idea is they all work together. That's why I'm saying a lot of these, I think from what I understand, a lot of these projects, so you've got Algorand, you've got HBAR, you've got Quant, you've got XRP, you've got XLM, all those tokens, I think they all fall under a similar bracket, but they all actually have their own individual roles. They're not actually competing with each other. They're all targeting a different specific thing. XRP is targeting fast and low cost cross-border payments for FIs and banks, and Quant's trying to target, you know, blockchain interoperability, if that makes sense. And again, do your own research, that's my understanding of it. So I for when Jeromeo then talks about it, I think, yes, XRP is about getting into the banking system, but Quant's about is trying to help, you know, the facilitating of blockchain between other platforms. Actually, now you answer that, there were some questions asked to me as well, which I did save. I don't know if Tony is here. I know Tony asked me a question, no. And somebody else asked me a question as well yesterday. Someone asked me a question regarding about stablecoins on Kaspa, right? Somebody asked me yesterday, or the day before, that if stablecoins on Kaspa are going to be backed by Kaspa itself, then how will Kaspa evade the Terra Luna story? Because of course, they don't understand. Of course, there was a token a while back called Luna. I'm sure everyone who's got a lot of experience in this space knows about the Luna crash, Terra Luna. which yeah, it was a epic crash, right? A better choice of words. It was disastrous. Basically, the understanding of what happened was Terra's USD, which is their stablecoin, so it was UST, was designed to maintain its obviously 1-to-1 to the dollar, and it was backed by Luna and other cryptos. But the stablecoin lost its peg from 1-to-1 to the dollar, so it lost its peg, came down, and therefore it basically just resulted in a massive sell-off of that stablecoin, also therefore Luna as well. A massive sell-off, and it just wiped out billions in value, basically. So obviously the question being, if Kaspa put in their own stablecoin or have an own stablecoin, if it's going to be backed by Kaspa, how can they avoid that same situation? Now, I cannot give a conclusive answer because I am not a developer. I can try and see if I can reach out to the likes of the KRI or even Michael Sutton on Twitter and just ask and see, if there is a way that I can get an answer, if they have any idea as well. But again, they're still developing it, so I have to wait and see. But to my understanding, what they'd have to do, there could be a number of things they could do, right? They have to do a lot of risk management, of course. Make sure they do they have to implement a very, very, robust risk management protocol, and just obviously just monitor the potential risks of the stablecoin on Kaspa. They'd also have to, I think it'd be wise if they do also to create a decoupling mechanism. So if their stablecoin does end up losing its value pegging of it, it won't bring Kaspa down with it. So Kaspa can decouple from it, and again, if something goes wrong. And then I guess it would just be something like, they could also, which maybe they do as well, although I'm not sure what community sentiment about this would be. They could put a large amount of Kaspas. I don't think they'll do this actually, because I might ruin the idea of decentralization, but they put a lot of Kaspa in reserves. Basically what XRP has with their escrow, but Kaspa held back in reserves, so that means they have, that Kaspa as collateral if the stablecoin does get depegged. So those are the three understandings that I have. It has some efficient level of risk management, a decoupling mechanism, or putting Kaspa in the reserves to be collateral. What they choose, we'll have to wait and see if those are the only alternatives. Those are the ones I can think of though. But I'll see if I can, for the individual who asked, and if even just everyone in general, see if I can reach out to the KRI with their gigawatt I think is meant to be backed by Kaspa, and then Michael Sutton, if he is part of the team working on stablecoin, to see if they have an understanding of, with the stablecoin, how can they prevent this Terra Luna thing as well. And I just hope the answer they give me is not going to be too over my head, because I'm sure they're going to be some very, very technical answer if they do get back to me. And then the other question I was asked as well, shout out to Tony for the question here. Tony asked me a question about capital gain tax, which I did type my answer down. Let me quickly just load it up. So Tony asked me a question about so the rationale behind zero capital gain tax for US-based cryptos. So, who will gain and what will gain, all that sort of stuff. So what's the benefit of zero capital gain tax? So in a way, the who will gain, basically. The who will gain will be the crypto companies, because they would have to pay less on taxes, which would be very, very good, which then can allow them to reinvest more money into their business or even pay higher salaries to people who work with it. But that also can actually help investors as well, because it means that if the companies are more profitable due to lower taxes, the investors might see higher returns on their investments. So it can help out both companies, probably more so companies, but help companies and investors alike. So that is definitely a good thing. There's no denying that. And then for the question of, I guess the other benefits of it really, it's just a case of, it might be tax deduction. So like what might happen. So if, what could happen as an alternative, as opposed to maybe not zero capital gains, what could happen as an alternative? It might be tax breaks, tax deductions, or even loopholes. I guess yeah. So I guess the main answer to the question from Tony was just, who would benefit from it? It would be effectively everybody who wants to be investing in this US-based crypto. So that's why, again, partly why I hold assets like XRP, because as it's a US-based crypto, that could actually be beneficial for it. It means that Ripple would end up making a lot more money, which is also good for them, but it means investors could potentially see more returns as well, as they're getting more money through Ripple. Again, is it a good thing? Is it true to crypto? Is it corrupt? It's a bit corrupt. Am I a big fan of it? Personally, no. But at the end of the day, what you've got to understand in this space, as much as you might value and love Kaspa and Bitcoin and their true decentralization and what they provide, and I love that as well, we are a group of fish. Some of us have obviously more money than other people, but we're a group of fish in a space of a load of whales. We are not BlackRock. We are not the US government. We are not the European Central Bank government. We are very, very small individuals trying to compete in a very competitive market. Either you fight the tide and risk getting washed out to sea, or you go with the flow. And Kaspa for me is going against the tide, but thankfully they've got some next current that's allowing you to stay in play right now. I hold Kaspa as my hedge against the government, basically, and also believing what they're going to build is going to be significant enough to definitely tear up and create a massive hole in this space and become dominant. But at the same time, I understand the necessity to also follow the system and try and play it very, cautiously. That's why I hold XRP, small amounts, I'm being cautious about it, but I hold it to follow the system because I understand that right now the system is seemingly in favor and support of XRP and other real world assets. But Kaspa, I'm sure, will get there in due time. They're very early, they're 3 years old. And a lot of the big developments are coming out very, very soon. And they will, in due time, also get favour from these, policy makers as well. Although, unfortunately, today is not one of those days. I'm sure the KRI are going to do what they can do, and they're going to still try and push their narrative towards getting a regulatory roundtable group to get Kaspa's name out there. But I know they've been very, very vocal recently about these, Kaspa community members wanted to be a part of public regulatory groups, roundtables, whatever, and they're being denied access because they're not a crypto company, which is just wrong. And also then the KRI is the reason why Kaspa got nominated for the INATBA award ceremony, to which my community, again, shout out to those members who were actively watching it when I was obviously asleep at that time. That's also why I had the community there for when, again, I do these streams once a day for an hour or so. You can stay up to date, more in tuned in the community here, so again, go check that out. But I had to right now, the actual winner ended up being Fusion Plus by 1 inch. They ended up winning the award for the most exciting DeFi solution of 2025. So it was not Kaspa, unfortunately, which is a massive shame. It should have been Kaspa, in my opinion, again, being truly decentralized and whatnot. I think they are. If anything's going to be decentralized finance for me, it would be Kaspa, because it is true decentralization. But again, it's about going with the system as opposed to going against it. But much as that's not good news, and it is quite bearish, for me, ultimately, I can still look at it as a positive outlook that Kaspa was invited to an event, which is bullish in itself, and they would definitely have done some networking there as well, I imagine. So despite not winning, which would have been bigger, they still managed to get some favour there, I hope, as well. And hopefully we'll see more efforts of the KRI pay off in due time. They are currently doing a lot for Kaspa right now, being very vocal on Twitter, talking about the wrongdoing of these policymakers right now, who have, vented interests. Obviously coming at Coinbase as well, who are seemingly ignoring Kaspa again, or again, just not being very transparent. Even though Coinbase is making an announcement about changing their listing mechanism because there's so many projects coming out constantly. And if they do that and they actually stick to that, then great. Just hope that it just still give a way for Kaspa to actually get involved, because again, Kaspa, it can't get involved the standard way. So the Coinbase's listing mechanism also asks about, putting down the names of the CEO, and and it's like Kaspa hasn't got CEOs. It's not a company. That also is a sign of how bad the space has got. From meant to be crypto and to be decentralized, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, Coinbase, their listing mechanism, their listing protocol, their I don't know the right word for it, but their process, listing process, it requires the crypto project in question to put down the name of the CEO, the CTO, and how much their reserves are. But Kaspa has none of that, because it's not a crypto company. It shouldn't be. It's a crypto project. It's a cryptocurrency. It's money. It's a fair enough proof of work, open source. And Kaspa, again, while still early in its cycle, and it's going against the curve, and it's got a massive battle against it, uphill battle at that. It's already done extremely well. Currently number 42 in CoinMarketCap. 3.35 billion. It's not a small project by any means. It's got some big exchanges, I'm sure, geared to come up very, very soon. It's got Marathon running them. It's got Zodiac Custody Partnership. It's got ETP through Valor. It's got Grayscale considering them as an ETF, the only currency that's being considered right now. Other ones already listed like Bitcoin and stuff like that. It's got so much more coming for Kaspa, and you'll see a lot more coming through with it with the KRI and a lot of other projects being launched very, very soon as well. And we're seeing the switch kind of flip gradually, but I'm sure very surely, very, very soon. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick unveils plan to establish a Texas Bitcoin reserve in 2025 this year. Acceleration. Fantastic. We love to see that. And then, of course, for the ETFs as well. The rate cuts. Yesterday, FOMC meeting, I'm sure everyone's aware now, we saw a halt in interest rates, which was completely expected. However, despite it being expected, we saw yesterday, following the meeting, a small pump, and now we're seeing the market looking very, very green. Because what was announced, while was a halt, and therefore normally seemed quite bearish, we want to see more rate cuts, once actually announced, I deemed as quite dovish, right? There are 4 terms we should know as investors. Bullish and bearish, quite obvious. Bullish means people have very strong beliefs it's going to go up in value, and bearish means it's going to go down in value. And you've got hawkish and bearish. Hawkish is the belief more around these policies like the FOMC have. Hawkish means there's a belief they're going to do a tighter grip and make a tighter grip around policies. So I'm going to quickly just get down what I wrote about it so I can make it easier. Just scrolling up real quick to find what I talk about. So the term hawkish basically means that they want to tighten monetary policies, which would be basically making it harder for people to get into crypto, make it harder for crypto to actually start rallying. Because obviously, if the policies are looser, it means that you can have these markets kind of grow more and more. So you have hawkish means tighter policies, monetary policies, and dovish means looser monetary policies. And what Jerome Powell stated seemingly was more dovish than hawkish, which is a good thing. It seemed more hawkish at first, but on the latter half it ended up coming out more dovish, I would like to believe. So Jerome Powell says that we don't need to wait for 2% inflation to cut rates. That's very good, because it means what he's not saying we're going to get more rate cuts this year. He doesn't confirm we'll get more this year, but he's saying we haven't got to wait for it. We can just do it. So he's giving some ease, if you will, some FUD deterrence, saying that we can still cut rates. We haven't got to wait for it to reach some certain level. We can still do it. That's dovish. Jerome Powell also said that inflation has eased significantly over the last 2 years. We don't need to rush to adjust rates with a significantly less restrictive policy. That here is hawkish. So we don't need to rush to adjust rates to make it less restrictive. Being again, so that is a hawkish statement. But when you combine that with him saying we don't need to wait, that is dovish, which means again, we don't need to rush to make it looser, but it's saying we haven't got to wait for it to be at a better place. We can just make it looser if we choose to. Also, then we had Trump as well, who actually slammed Jerome Powell in quite a frustration in regards, because he said that if the Fed had spent less time on DEI and gender ideology and green energy and fake climate change, inflation would never have got to a problem. So he's now come out and said, you guys, because obviously we know Trump has wanted to demand lower interest rates, but of course Jerome Powell, they're 2 different entities, the Fed and the government. So Trump doesn't really have, power over Jerome Powell. Not really. Despite him the president at all. So he's upset, of course, that there's no rate cuts, and he's come at them saying you guys are doing that. But that also, while again not great, that also has helped the markets as well, because obviously people are like, oh, Trump's not happy. That could also cause some good bounce backs, which it could do. And of course, then Jerome Powell also said that the banks are perfectly capable. This for me is probably the most bullish thing. He said banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers. So he's already, Jerome Powell, the Fed, chairman of the Federal Reserve, has stated, yes, we can now see banks offering crypto custody services. He's come out and said that. So ultimately, while this statement, being the key one, was deemed as quite hawkish, therefore bad for markets, everything that followed that seemingly looked very, very bullish and very, very dovish. And that's why the markets are doing very, very well today. And that's also why I state that February, which is only going to be in 2 days' time, I think will be a very, very good time for the markets. Historically speaking, equally nothing going to be different this time around as well, unless we do get a black swan, which again could be the Bank of Japan who've increased the interest rates. That could be a black swan. There are definitely nothing guaranteed in this space. Of course, not financial advice, do research, nothing guaranteed in this space. But so far, everything right now seems to be leaning towards a bullish February for crypto, and again, potentially for Kaspa as well, with Binance again knocking. Again, seemingly knocking, Binance are knocking right now, leaking more and more. And if we do get a bullish market and also somehow with Bitcoin, that could cause the market to rally up more so as well, and that could be the event catalyst needed for Binance to lift Kaspa. The volume might go higher as well. We'll have to wait and see. Cas fam, it's time, hopefully, very, very soon. We need to break 15 cents mark. We definitely do, but if we definitely do, but if I'm being completely blunt, we need to break the 22, 23 cents mark. Because breaking 50 cents, cool. Like, we broke it before and we came back down. It depends on what announcements come out on market sentiment. We need to break above here, of course. We then break above here, then here, which is the hardest one for me. But then, as much as 20 cents will be the hardest one, I think arguably the hardest one actually also will be 23. Because again, my belief, and again, it's my personal belief, is that there's a lot of people, there'll be people who are understandably, and I say quite rightly, stubborn. In the sense that they bought Kaspa in the top, and they are frustrated the price is down 40%, and they want to take out. But they don't want to take out because if they don't take out, they've not lost money yet. But they want to take out because they've lost their faith in Kaspa, but they don't want to take out just on a loss. So they're waiting for it to pass 20 cents, and either they just want to take out, so they end up making no profit, or they wait for a 10% gain. And on 10% gain, then they'll take out. Once you break above 23 cents, then I think again, not financial advice, my own personal belief, I think then it'll be quite open roads, but start rising higher and higher quite quickly. And then my next level of resistance for me is going to be 35 cents. That's when Shy announced publicly that he's going to sell more of his DAG Labs funded Kaspa he got around 35 cents. Are there any indicators that I can use to get an indication of the market top for Kaspa? Not particularly, no. The best indicator, one could be, again, it's speculative, it's argumentative, is the power law, which I'm going to showcase on screen right now. Now, the power law is ever changing, truth be told. That's not what I wanted to show. Rainbow chart. It's power law, same thing. Rainbow chart here. Again, the rainbow chart right now shows that we are undersold. We are in the Kaspa's dead region. The market top being in and around here says that we should be in and around, around $1.80 should be. That's December time. That's where we should be in the power law wise. So the power law states that the market top for Kaspa should be ending around December time. Should be in and around $1.70, $1.80. But again, as I highlight, the power law isn't almighty. Because of course right now it's below that power law and has been for quite some time. It's not almighty, it's not omnipotent. For me, the way to judge the market top is just continuously researching and just trying to, again, and I want to reiterate it once more again, it's not financial advice, but I do wholeheartedly believe that trying to time the absolute bottom and absolute top is the easiest way to get screwed. Especially with institutions being here, they can just turn off the money printer whenever they want to. They're not here properly yet, but they're about to be here very, very soon. And when they're here and they have more control of the markets, we're already playing by their game anyways. Bitcoin's at 105k thanks to them. But when you have JP Morgan and Merrill Lynch and UBS and Goldman Sachs and Wells Fargo, all those massive institutions getting involved as well, and then the whole market is being controlled by the institutions and FIs, when they control it, so you have to now play by their rules even more so than we already are. So you got to then try to just basically you got to play reactionary. I can also look at indicators like this, CBBI for Bitcoin, and the funding heat map also for the crypto market to see what's currently the incentive in the market. But again, it's about just I'm going to have to play reactionary as we all do, and I'll also to protect myself when it starts getting a bit overheated, I'll start taking profits. So when Bitcoin ends up reaching the 90s, I might start looking to take a little bit of profit out. And I'm not sure so much with Kaspa. Other crypto projects most definitely. Kaspa I'm not so sure, I might hold a little bit longer. But I'll start looking to take some profits out. I won't try and time the top because I can end up getting burnt that way. But if you want to just find just one decent indicator, I guess you could use the power law if you choose to. The link to that is in my community. You should go check out again. Link in the description chat, also my homepage. Otherwise, then it's just a case of frankly, it's worth doing that because you're in the community. You hear people constantly just, especially nearer the time as well, talking about, where they want to take out, their levels and whatnot. Of course, I'll be talking about it a little bit, but those who are part of the executive page here, I'll be obviously a lot more open with people there about obviously what I'm holding and when I plan to take profits and whatnot. So that's another benefit to that as well, which of course is not so much relevant right now because we're not near the market top yet, but when it does become relevant, I'll be talking about a lot more amongst everything else we provide there as well. So again, if you want to find out, again, 7-day free trial on right now. Come join for free. If you like what you see, come sign up. Before we increase the price, you get graphic in there as well. Link in the chat description, also my homepage as well. When Lambo QC, I want to say soon. Anything like I'm hoping right now, signs are going to say sometime in February, we'll see a big pump, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to just wait and see. But we do have, of course, now we want to get into this part real quickly as well. So again, more bullish news again. India introduced a bill allowing the state to invest its retirement fund in Bitcoin ETFs. That's very, very bullish for crypto. In 2025, Bitcoin ETF have already accumulated 3 times more Bitcoin than had been mined. So what this means, we're seeing a supply shock again. So that could mean Bitcoin could rise a lot higher, a lot quicker as well. And when there's Bitcoin reserve as well, that's going to be, again, even bigger supply shock. So this could definitely be a very, very big factor coming through very, very soon. And then I want to get to this video here from Christine Lagarde, the European Central Bank President, which I'm not, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I think it's, I don't know. Well, we'll listen and talk about it in a second, right? Let's listen to it very, very quickly.
This matter that you referred to, and whether reserves of central bank should or could include bitcoins, I think there is a view around the table of the Governing Council, and most likely the General Council as well, that reserves have to be liquid, that reserves have to be secure, that they have to be safe, that they should not be plagued by the suspicion of money laundering or other criminal activities. And as a result, I'm confident that reserves will not enter, that bitcoins will not enter the reserves of any of the central banks of the General Council. I had a good conversation with my colleague from the Czech Republic, and I leave it to him to make whatever announcement he wants to make, but I'm confident that he's convinced, as we all are, of the necessity to have liquid, secure.
So that's effectively what she stated there, right? Which seemingly, her reasoning for why there won't be a Bitcoin reserve for the European Central Bank is because, again, it's for money laundering, bad activity, so to speak. And she said that her colleague from the Czech Republic agrees with her. Czech Republic Central Bank approved proposal to consider investing in Bitcoin reserve asset. Like, what? That's completely contradictory of what she just stated here. Her colleague said he agreed with her, and they come out and said, no, we actually want a Bitcoin reserve. So I don't understand what she's talking about here, for one. And that's why, again, while she's stating this, I'm like, I'm in two minds right now. Because I'm like, she don't want Bitcoin because it's used for money laundering. Yeah, I'm sure the dollars and the pound sterling and the fiat currency in general has got a lot bigger and worse use case for money laundering than crypto does. At least right now it does. I can't confirm or deny there has been money laundering in crypto. I'm sure there has been, but in terms of actual convictions of it, I'm sure there's a hell of a lot more that has been in fiat. It's a lot easier as well because if you're doing it in actual transactions like printing. If you do it on crypto, it can be tracked. Blockchain can be tracked. You can't track cash. So her reason behind that, I don't agree with. But again, we could follow with them, follow the money. But again, the contradiction behind her saying her colleague from the Czech Republic agrees with her, and then coming out saying this is just ironic, if you ask me. It's just funny. But we're seeing a shift happening either way. Kraken, for example, who was forced to close its staking products in 2023 because of the SEC, has reintroduced staking for its customers in 39 of the 51 US states. Is it 51 or is it 52 now? I don't even know. I know it was 50. I don't know what happened either way. Point being is Kraken's now getting involved in this again. So, I mean, it can be deemed quite bullish, all in all. But I'm again, right now, crypto, while this is seemingly quite negative news, and this again could be even quite bearish news, all in all, things are still looking very, very bullish for me on the upside. We're seeing more developments. FOMC, while again seemingly quite hawkish, ended up coming out more so dovish, talking about you can still cut rates whenever you want to. And bank can already custody crypto, so that's great to see. And Kaspa again, mining's going up more so, drops are going up more so, haters are coming back to like Kaspa again, or like Kaspa the first time either way. And we're seeing the bullish sentiment still staying up strong, and Wallet 5, believed to be Binance's wallet, is stacking up more and more, almost at $500 million Kaspa, which of course, if you're going to be listing a project like Kaspa, you need to have a lot of reserves. So if it's Binance, it makes sense for it to be Binance right here, stacking up more and more. And when that happens, you'll see new money come in. When new money comes in, that will likely also help out this ecosystem as well, KRC20. We can see the volume right now for KRC20 Highest is Kango, but that's gone below 1 million for the first time in a while. Right now, just no new money in this space. Right now, all the tokens are kind of just struggling. But when new money comes in with listings and whatnot, Nacho will go flying, Kango will go flying, Kaspa will go flying, Kaspa goes. PPCas might do as well. I mean, the ones that I believe will do very well is Nacho, Kango, Kaspi, Kaspa, Gold, Bert, Conan. I think Key can do quite well as well. Kiro probably can do with CG behind it. If he is still behind it, again, I'm not in his community, so I have no idea what he's trying to show right now. I think a lot of the ones in the top bracket will do very, very well, but a lot of these right now will struggle so much they might start. Look, in the top 20 right now, you've got one that isn't even in the 6 figures here in market cap. Even though in saying that, the volume's still quite high for it, so that could be good for it. We'll have to wait and see. Prime Minister of Japan, ni hao. Great to have you here, my man. That's not that. Wait, that's Chinese. That is so wrong of me. That is so wrong of me. I apologize if anyone might have offended that. That's not right at all. I'm trying to think what's Japanese. I watch anime. Why did I not know this? Oh, that is so bad of me. I feel so bad. I apologize sincerely for that. That is so bad. I'm just gonna have to move on. I'm just gonna have to take the L and move on. I apologize. What's up, Greg, man? Welcome back to the stream. Crypto villain. People hate what they fear, 100%. And I'm sure Kaspa will be the people will fear Kaspa the most in due time. I plan to sell 30% of my daily mining for $1 Kaspa. Sounds like a good plan, my man. Dynamite prices now follow Kaspa price. Well, that's good to see, man. And I'm sure we'll see more companies jump on board Kaspa mining very, very soon as well. Dynamite uses against centralization. I mean, it's more. All I want to see is more money for Kaspa, because that will help the hash rate, and that will mean Kaspa will get more adoption as well. The Real Imposters did it. There's a documentary on him tomorrow on YouTube. I think that John went to a meme coin. He went to Turbo. They're still buying up in the last minute. They won't announce. I mean, again, whether Crypto John's buying more Kaspa or not, I cannot confirm. But I would not be surprised if he was. When the breakout is really here, I will especially look at those AI agents, virtual protocols, down from a month, and its agent even once more a virtual up. I'll take a good look at it. I agree. I mean, right now, a lot of the picks that we've been putting out in our Hidden Gems channel have been predominantly around AI, and of course, right now, AI, just everything right now in crypto, especially in the meme market right now, which AI agents, they aren't memes, but they're on that market, so to speak. It's kind of just a bit at a low point, it's struggling right now. But we've not even seen alts go flying yet. I haven't seen Bitcoin making an all-time high again just yet. So for me, while they're down, and it's obviously a bit of a blunder, there are other ways to make. If you want, these quick gains can be made through meme trading. Of course, right now, so my community will be taking a bit of a step back from it for the meantime right now, due to again a lot of the trades have been it's just been a bit off right now. I might put in some trades in very, very soon though. It seems like a lot of the money right now is going to the Sui market as opposed to the Solana chain right now. But yeah, so we'll see more of that coming through as well. And again, profits that will be made through that, and the money coming through to AI agents and picks like that, I'll put into Kaspa again as well. What's up, Crazy World? Welcome back to my man who's doing very, very well. Tony, welcome back. I must have been asked about. No, it was you, my man. It was definitely you. Oh yeah, so it would affect us traders. Not sure how it works though. Well, yeah, I mean, effectively speaking, it's just going to basically mean that the crypto companies would have to pay less tax. It won't necessarily. So when you say what's confusing is the term US-based crypto. I'm US-based, but I'm not a crypto. So basically, the US-based cryptos, so XRP, XLM, Solana, the US-based cryptos, they will gain favor from being, having 0% capital gain tax. So the companies behind them, so Ripple behind XRP, they would have to pay less to no tax at all, which means they can use the money they pay on tax to reinvest more into their business. And that could therefore lead to more profits in the company, which therefore means investors might see higher returns. Because if the company itself, because while you're investing in XRP is the coin underneath Ripple. So if Ripple's doing better, that also can inherently help out XRP. So it's zero capital gain tax is directly affecting the crypto companies, but it can, as a knock-on effect, therefore help the investors as well, because it's helping the companies make more money, therefore meaning more money comes into the market for the investors as well. Speaking of taxes, why anyone thinks it will not affect us as investors living in the US? Capital gains are for everyone, companies or individual investors. I mean, capital gain tax, it will affect. seemingly is going to affect the US-based crypto projects, which will help investors alike who are investing in those US-based crypto projects. The basis behind Trump doing it, to my understanding, is he wants to basically try and bring more crypto business to America. Because if you're going to make XRP, Solana, Cardano, all these other US-based crypto projects tax-free, and then therefore making a lot more money from it, you'll see a lot more companies want to start jumping into America so they can benefit from those favors as well. And that means, it can help all investors again. But it will have to wait and see. Right now, it's much has been proposed, nothing's been set in stone just yet. The stablecoin on Kaspa will come for sure after 10 BPS and smart contract, I guess, end of 2025. Yes and also no. So from the belief, from what I understand, is we're going to see 10 BPS come out March/April time. And then we'll see the stablecoin come out after that, because it is going to be a stablecoin launched on KRC20. But the common sentiment is that, which Mila asked the question again yesterday as well. Mila asked the question again yesterday as well, which is the belief that you have to have smart contracts to launch stablecoins. And while partly yes, in Kaspa's case, actually also no, because Oyster Lee put here stablecoins on Kaspa testnet 10 being touted as USDX. Someone asked here, how is that possible without smart contracts? Because it's based on the new feature of KRC20. So KRC20 has already made a new feature that allows smart contracts on Kaspa already. Smart contracts will make it better, but you can already have smart contracts on Kaspa right now. They're now doing the developments for it as well. So we will likely see, and therefore the belief that we'll see 10 PS, stablecoins, then we'll see smart contracts, then we'll see stablecoins probably more so coming out as well. And then you'll see, again, as I mentioned in my stream yesterday as well, Microsoft also leaked the possibility there could be Dagnut coming out this year as well, which would be huge news. So again, there's a lot to look forward to for Kaspa still. It's a bit vague. True if it means US-based crypto trader. I mean, yeah, I think it's a bit vague. Yeah, I mean, from understanding, my understanding of it is basically just saying it's going to be beneficial for the US companies, and that will then have a knock-on effect to the traders. But it doesn't mean you have to be a US-based trader. I don't believe. It just means if you're a trader and invest into US-based companies, cryptos, you'll gain potential favor from that as well, because you'll be able to see potentially more profits. But the zero capital gain tax, I think, is going to morally affect the crypto companies, and that therefore means that you may gain favor from that as well, from making more money. Again, that's to my extent of knowledge right now. I'll keep looking into more so I can find more information about it, but that's what I understand right now. It's going to basically be a knock-on effect from the companies making more of it. XRP won't be affected by BRICS, so forget about it. BRICS will accept Bitcoin and Kaspa. I can't attest true to what the BRICS nations are going to accept. There is connections to XRP in the BRICS nations. In particular, India. XRP's got extremely deep ties to the Reserve Bank of India. They're also connected to the People's Bank of China. They're also connected very deeply to the BRICS nations, to Brazil. So the BRICS nations right now, they consist of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And then you also got Dubai. You got United Arab Emirates. You got Ethiopia. You've got you got another. I want to say Saudi Arabia, but I might be wrong on that one. You got some more nations as well. I'm sure they're adding more people to their list as well. But for the core members at least, so Brazil, India, Russia, China, and South Africa. XRP, for this example, the reason why there's belief that it might be utilized because XRP are, in very, very deep. Like I think there's a payment platform, so to speak, called Onafric, ONAFRIQ. That is the payment structure for Africa, the whole continent. And I think it's utilizing Ripple's technology as well, or in connection with it. So that means that's going to be Ripple's in connection to Africa, South Africa as well. Brazil, Ripple's got deep connection to Brazil, Central Bank of Brazil as well. Same thing with India, and seemingly with China as well. The one that's a bit obscure is Russia's one. Although there had been more news coming out last year that that seemed to believe that XRP and pronounce it with Russia as well. But again, who they used is, completely up to them. We'll have to wait and see. I know that it's a massive grey area, really. But for me, fundamentally, in the future to be 10 years down the line, I think we'll see a lot of companies and a lot of governments utilising the true cryptos, the centralisation aspect, as well as ones that are centralised. Because again, as highlighted, people want to have control over things. They're corrupt. So there'll be some that want that. You'll see companies like maybe even America will gain complete control of Ripple and XRP, and therefore they'll want to keep XRP around because they actually can, manipulate that. But Kaspa, they can't manipulate at all. So there'll be some that actually benefits from the decentralization of that, but some that also want and will benefit off the centralization of other cryptos. They want crypto companies and probably some cryptocurrencies. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But they may use both as well, who knows. Only noticed the other day, CoreX sponsored Man City and Kraken sponsoring Tottenham. Crypto companies are sponsoring everywhere. Coinbase sponsor the Golden State Warriors. Like, these crypto companies are sponsoring all these major sports programs. And of course, for OKX and Kraken to be sponsoring Man City and Tottenham, two of the biggest clubs in the Premier League, in the English league for soccer/football. Obviously, I've got to call it football. I'm not going to call it soccer. But it's one of the biggest leagues in the world. In fact, it's deemed to be the biggest league in the world. And football is the biggest sport in the world. I know people think American football's big. Football's actually bigger. I think it's been proven it's bigger. So for them to be sponsoring that is a big deal and definitely getting them more recognition. And yeah, Steve sponsors the world is also very, very big. Bitcoin is not listed on Coinbase. Who's the CEO of Bitcoin? There is no CEO of Bitcoin. What do you think about the X account of Sompolinsky's a real imposter? Seems to appear on Twitter some weeks after Sochi disappeared. Is it true? I have heard a speculation about that as well. And there has been sources created by people in the community that suggest that Sompolinsky could be Satoshi Nakamoto because the timelines kind of match up. I like the I like the conspiracy, right? But I don't completely entertain it because for me, if Satoshi Nakamoto is Sompolinsky, it's not actually a big deal for me at all. It just means the creator of Bitcoin to Kaspa. Now, of course, that is a big deal. Of course, Bitcoin creator went to Kaspa. That's huge. But at the same time, I'm my headspace is into what Kaspa's building. Who behind Kaspa, for me, is definitely a talking point, but it's actually somewhat irrelevant because what they're building in itself is what matters. What makes Kaspa great is the community and what being built behind it. Of course, the developers are very, very important, and I have complete and utter respect for them. They're incredible, but their status, for me, is not as important. Of course, it's important to give them credibility, but it's not important because what matters is they're building something properly. All that matters is that if it comes out that Sompolinsky is Satoshi, it just gives him more credibility and therefore means that people are going to believe Kaspa more so. But he's going to do a good job either way. I believe that, so it doesn't bother me either way. But if he is, then fantastic. What's up, Justin? Ex-crypto welcome back to my man who's doing very, very well. Konnichiwa. I knew it. Thank you, Crazy World. You know, it was actually playing on my mind the whole time, and I was like getting so frustrated. How did I do that? Oh, of course it's Konnichiwa. Oh, I need to go back to watch. I need to watch more anime, man, because I cannot be making that mistake. That's ridiculous. That is actually crazy. That is criminal. I actually went to Japan as well last year. Obviously, I don't speak fluent Japanese, but I can make basic conversation out because I've watched anime so much. That's terrible. I apologize if I offended anyone again. I'll do better. You go live at the same time as Investing Bros, 3 p.m. EST. I try to go live every single day at the same time, although it does change from time to time. I know for a fact that tomorrow will probably be the same time, but Saturday it will be earlier because I am going to be out for work-related stuff on the Saturday evening. So it will be much earlier on Saturday. So again, those who want to find out when I'm going live, then I'll be putting an announcement to those in the community. Again, go check it out. But otherwise, I try to go live every single time. Because of course, if I also go live same time every single day, it means that people will know what time I should regularly be going live, and they can just kind of turn up. Stop acting all tough. Go Kaspa, rah rah rah. We got a lot of work to do. Oh yeah, we do got a hell of a lot of work to do. A hell of a lot of work, and I reiterate that time and time again. As much as I want Kaspa to do very, very well, people are saying why Kaspa's not pumped yet. It's not pumped yet because it's still not really done anything yet. You know, all the big things coming for Kaspa are huge and will help it, but they're not here yet. We haven't got 10 BS here just yet. But we are all locked in, and we will see it come through in due time, I'm sure. I've seen a page that shows the majority of coins listed on Binance immediately tank in price. Do you think that's a result of the coins being bad coins inherently, or something with Binance? It's a good question, Edward. It's a very good question. There could be a number of reasons for that. The predominant reason why I believe that's the case is because, again, it's the buy the rumor, sell the news, or buy the news, sell the event thing. So typically speaking, you'll see a listing announced, you see the price of the token skyrocket as a result, therefore, and then it will just capitulate and come down because, again, people bought at the bottom when their news was announced, it jumped up to here, and then it got listed. It's like, okay, so now we made a gain, now it's on Binance, now we can just sell, we've made a profit. Even start shorting it from there. So it's typically buy rumor, sell the event. It's quite a common thing with pretty much any exchange, not just Binance. But equally, it could be a case because, again, Binance and pretty much every exchange, they are more than likely gifted tokens or gifted money to list the projects in question. Now, would it be the same for Kaspa? Again, we can't say for sure. Bybit have done decent because Bybit announced Kaspa down here, or at least this whole spike from 5 cents to 15 cents here was a Bybit listing. That was 3x from Bybit listing. Kaspa, of course, has stayed in and around this region for over a year. Kraken, of course, announced it here. So right now we're at the same level again. After about November, December, that's about 2 months. 2 months around the same level again. I think what you're going to see is a similar thing. You'll see the price of Kaspa go up with the announcement, and then when they're actually listed, it'll come down. But depending then on market sentiment, so it means what we're seeing in developments here, and equally how soon 210 PS is going to be for Kaspa as well. And equally, there's a chance therefore OKX might list very soon afterwards as well, because Binance will be a big catalyst for OKX as well. If the momentum continues, you can see it rally higher and higher, but it depends on when the market's at. If Binance, that's why Binance are waiting. If Binance listed at a bad time in the market, it would definitely cause this. But if they list at a good time when the volume's high and the market's starting to rally again, that might cause this and then cause that. So we'll have to just wait and see. And if Bufflink says, as I always remember, if you enjoy the stream, doing the streams daily, about 50 likes right now, which is actually insane, but leave a like. Share from subscribe for more. 50 likes is insane. With 62 of you watching, I appreciate you all very much for being here. Just want to be treated like a part of the community. Son Polinsky just wants to be treated as a part of the community. Yeah, 100%. Again, Son Polinsky, while he's the founder of Kaspa, he's not the CEO, he's the founder, and he's one of the key core developers, but he is also just a member of the community. Kaspa's open source, fair launch, proof of work. He is not the he's not the godfather, so to speak. I mean, we treat him like he's almighty because he is incredible at what he does. And he's proven it time and time again. He's been quoted by numerous research papers, from the European Central Bank to the Bank of Finland to the Dallas Fed. Like, he's been quoted in numerous research papers. He's been quoted by Nick Zabel, the creator of smart contracts, as an expert in Bitcoin security. So we do treat him as like some god, but he just wants to be part of the community. He wants to be helping making something really, really good, which is what crypto is meant to be. Decentralized form of currency. But anyways, with that being said, thank you all, everyone, once more for watching today's live stream. Again, FOMO is building for Binance right now more and more. We're seeing more liquidity flow through and accumulation happen from this wallet in question. Wallet just are starting to go up again. We've seen a massive jump again. Last we looked at this was 585,000, now it's 587. We've seen another 2k jump since the live stream is starting. I'm sure we'll see a hell of a lot more coming through very, very shortly. More adoption, all these big announcements. If you want to know more, again, to keep up to date everything, then come check out the free community. Link in the chat, on my YouTube homepage, and also on my description. But you'll be even more locked in, map down the benefits of crypto, and learn more about, of course, what's coming through to the space very, very shortly. Potentially they're helping you develop trading strategies and whatnot. Then come check out the What page. Currently a 7-day free trial period. We're going to be doing our next weekly live stream in 2 days. So you come check that out as well and hear what we have to offer there, the more in-depth information regarding what's going to come in the cycle, the big things coming for air, stuff that I don't disclose in these daily live streams again. Putting some hidden gems in there very, very soon, and much more. Then by all means, come check this out again. Link in the chat, all my homepages here as well. Have a great day, good evening, and good night, everyone. And I'll catch you all hopefully same time tomorrow. Take care now.